Let's do the call really quick.
Outstanding.
Yeah, we did promise.
Pow!
And then we'll do the Creator's Creed when he's on.
We're gonna have to do it after.
Okay.
It's our only option right now.
At ENZO.com.
Is this going through?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you guys fine.
Hey, dude, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let's take a really fast phone call. We're gonna have to do this. So usually we do the Creator's Creed before in order to kind of shield us from any potential bad vibes and stuff like that. So I know that your vibes are genuine and good. So we got our buddy on here. We can call you what? You can go by whatever you want to be referred to as. What's your name? Patriarch. Okay, and so this ties into what we talk about. We talk about God and Christianity and spirituality and things like that on the show. And so one thing that piqued my interest, my buddy here, he has 2 wives and he backs it up by the Bible. And I wanted to take your Genesis. So it's Genesis chapter 4:19. That's the main takeaway from that. But there's actually an extended reading, which we'll read after we get your take, because I know you have somewhere to be in 10 minutes. But I'd like to thank you. Mr. Patriarch, I'd like to thank you for joining us and welcome to the show. You want to give me your religious argument for having 2 wives? Go.
Well, first off, I don't ask anyone for permission. If God doesn't like what I'm doing, he'll strike me down immediately, right? Cancer,
Right.
heart disease, lightning bolt, fishing accident, whatever. But I do use the book, the Bible, 419, which is, you can read yourself. I'm not going to go into the details, but it explains about how a man took 2 wives. And you have to understand something about how marriage is and what it was in the Bible. Marriage is not so much about love like we're taught about. Marriage is more about the commitment and honor to take care of somebody. When a man would pay a dowry for someone's daughter, that woman would become under him, and he would be responsible for making sure that she's happy, taken care of, she's got food, the children are safe. He has to take over everything. He has to, in fact, be a patriarch. And that's where I say, you need to understand that. So when I took on my first wife, she's awesome and amazing. I have my second wife, she's awesome and amazing. They're both fucking great. I love them to pieces. But under no circumstances is it like a transitory, temporary thing. So for me, I make the joke is like, I can't wait till all of you guys are old, because like I'm going to be with them forever. I enjoy being with them. Now, as far as the state's involved, I'm not married to anybody. I would never get married. And I will tell every one of your listeners right now, there is no win in getting married at all. I'm not. I mean, we're like a spiritually married or spiritually together, but there's never been an official ceremony. God bless, there's no common laws in my state, so there's no common law marriage. So like, I love them. I want to be with them, but like, I'll tell you guys a quick example. I just found out yesterday, as I get my house refinanced, me and my ex-wife, we were actually doing okay, and apparently there's a $43,000 judgment against my house. I had no idea about. Not from her. Me and her are fine. It's from the state. So when you get married, you bring the state into this. And now, even though me and my ex-wife, we're totally cool, we're actually planning a birthday party for our son together at my place. And, it's out of my hands. So I'm hoping that when the state gives us $43,000, she'll give it back to me. We'll see. But go ahead, next question.
Wow. Oh my God. So it does say in the Bible in Genesis 4:19, it says Lamech married 2 women, one named Ada and the other Zillah. And then the extended version, actually it goes extensively into this whole thing, and it's all about like Cain and Abel. Is that right? I don't know. Have you read this?
I have not. I just read the first part.
It's so funny how you just drop that. So we want to let's get your whole take, because as long as we have you on the phone, let's do that. And then me and Genghis are going to psychoanalyze, and not just psychoanalyze. We will, I guess, soul analyze your whole thing.
That was stupid.
Well. So yeah. So this works for you. This situation, right?
It's it's like in a relationship. Imagine all of the joy and all of the problems of a woman, right? We've all been with women, I hope. I'm hoping most listeners aren't virgins. But we've all been with a woman, and we know they bring us great joy as well as great problems. All right? That's just how a woman is. I have that times 2.
Yes, and you said that you used to be previously married to one woman, and then now
I would never get married again.
But
never.
now you're in a different situation.
Correct.
Okay, and the way that you set it up, where you all live together.
Not right now. We actually, what it was, it got a little too crowded. I'm actually building a house next to my house. have an additional property, I'm going to do with that as my objective. Or I'm going to add onto my house and like make another spot. The issue is this. Two women together are great for a while, but eventually they start to be like cats. So you've got to give them a little more space, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't, they'll tear each other apart.
Agree, yeah.
You've got to give a little bit of space. So you have to be reasonable to accept portions of their chaos, but not so reasonable as they run your life and run your situation. You look at a lot of guys, you'll see them at the mall. They're sad, they're depressed, they're slumped down, their dad bought it. Why? Because let their wives run the show. I run the fucking show. I am the captain of the ship, and I will tell them gladly in their face right now, I run the ship. If you guys don't like it, you can leave. You can leave whenever you guys want. No problem. You're not required to stay here. You're not my property. If you want to leave, leave. If not, let's stay here. Let's have some awesome time. And that's so far. They've been with me for this long. We've been together for 6 years now.
Well, I mean, if you
like that.
if you ever listen to Jesse Lee Peterson, you'll hear him talking about, that the man is the head of the household, and it's apparently biblical. It says God above man, man above wife, wife above child.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think it's a very accurate way to come at it. Assuming your men are the right type of men. A lot of men these days, a lot of boys these days, they don't have the fucking mentality for it. They're like me. They're a fucking bastard from a single mother, and they had to figure out things the hard way if they figured it out at all.
Okay, explain that to me, man. Let's break that down really quick.
Go ahead.
So you were
so here's the deal. My mom, was like most of our moms, single mom, and dated some guys here and there, whatever. And just she's like, I'm gonna be a career woman. I'm gonna be a whatever. And I'm like, well, mom, respectfully, you're a bartender for 40 years, so there's not a lot of career upward mobility. So that didn't really work well for her. And now as she gets older, she kind of wishes she had a stronger, better man in her life. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, you decided to chase off all those men around, and you want to be the one to control the ship. So now you're going to be.
What about your pops?
I know my pops about as good as I know, Kamala Harris. Like my pops doesn't exist.
Okay. Then what I would do is I would say, do you ever listen to Jesse Lee Peterson, man? It's awesome.
He's a guy. I listen to his highlights, because the problem is he talks so slow, and as you might imagine, I like to listen to things fast. I like listening to his highlights. He has some great points. Sometimes I think he is borderline racist. I know he's a black guy, but he seems to be almost racist towards black people sometimes. Like, dude, I get what you're saying.
He would say this. He would probably say this to you. He would go, "Have you forgiven your mother?"
Have I? Yeah, I have.
You've forgiven her, and
you went to her?
I don't listen to me. I am the excellent man that I am today because my mom started that snowball down the hill. I am completely grateful for my mom and everything she did. And listen, my mom busted her ass working 2 jobs a week, 80 hours every week trying to get stuff done, had to keep the house clean. I mean, she was a maniac as far as getting stuff done. So I respect her. In fact, I'm actually buying her a car for her birthday. She's going to turn 60 in a couple days.
Wow, that's nice. That's awesome of you to do that, actually.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's an older car, but that's all she wants.
What's that?
It's an older car, but that's all she wants.
Dude, that's
like, I don't want a fancy 2025 something. I'm like, well, I have a Mazda. It's a pretty big SUV. She goes, I'll take it. I'm like, okay, I'll bring it over.
Nice. You're a good son. Good son. Now
I am, I guess.
Now, what do you do as far as your religiosity and your faith, if I may ask? Do you do any of that kind of thing? Because let me finish this point really quick. A good buddy of mine, Bob, he told me a long time ago. He goes, when you have a wife, you have to feed her physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And if one of those things are missing, then they're gonna crave it from somewhere else. Do you feed them spiritually, your wives?
Yes.
How?
I'm a big quoter of like Stoic wisdom and stuff like that. A lot of Jordan Peterson. I like a lot of good, kind of like just keep hammering. Like nobody cares, keep it going. Like one of my girls, she's a housewife of the bunch. She's phenomenal. She has kids. She's great. And I know she works crazy hours to keep those kids happy. The other one is a fitness instructor and a professional model, like a bodybuilder model. And she has her own business doing personal training, and I've helped her start a business, and she's just out. They're both crushing it. In their respective fields, they're doing so damn well. I'm very proud of both of them. My kids are super, super happy. And my other girl, she has lots of clients, and she's doing really well for herself.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Good job. Good job, dude. You're killing it now. What do you do though about your ego though, and to chill that out? Because it sounds like you got a really big.
It's
ego.
really simple. It's really simple. I just crush and kill my ego constantly. Like here's the deal. I'm a big fan of the phrase "chasing alpha."
Yes.
What that means is, douchey as that sounds, is you're never gonna be perfect. You're never, ever, ever gonna be top dog or the cat's meow or the best thing since sliced bread. Nope. You're fucking shit, just like everybody else. You're all equally scum. Shut up and get your job done. And when you get your job done and you are successful, shut your mouth, because nobody wants to hear about how you made a bunch of money or how you closed this deal. You know, keep that within your family, within your inner workings, your inner circle, with your mentors, people that advise you. Those people should hear about it. Do not go around, oh, I just bought this car. Or I just purchased this property. I just did this thing. You know, like no one wants to hear about that. And I'm sorry, I know I have a big ego, but that's just how I am. But I promise you, I am my biggest critic. I am always like looking introspectively. Did I do that right? Did I approach her correctly? Did I close that deal the way I wanted to? Did I get the deal that I wanted on that situation? And is this the right decision for my family? Is this going to affect my family? Is it going to hurt my kids or my wives? What's going to happen? I have to think about all that every time I make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Damn, thank you very much for all that insight, man. And you're right about the ego, man. Keep those wins to yourself. You don't need to go around bragging to people. Number one, also information, people can use that information against you. So Don't even say anything. Keep it to yourself. So, got anything else to add before you go? I know you said you had to be somewhere at 11:30 and it's 11:30 right now. I
got to blow out here in a short second. I will give you a couple quick rules, a couple quick things. The keys to success are the following.
Tell me.
And if you follow these things, you will be successful. If you don't follow these things, you will be punished. This is why you'll be unsuccessful. So even my children know this. The first one is discipline. And I don't need to tell you guys what discipline is. You can go seek it out. You got Goggins, you've got Jocko, you've got Joe Rogan, you've probably got yourself. You got numerous examples of what proper discipline looks like. Find someone who's where you want to be and get yourself to that level by following their steps of discipline, how they got there. Next one is respect. That is also respect for your family, respect for your community, but also self-respect. Figure out what you want and then develop a plan to go get it and bring that respect to your family and to your situation, and it'll elevate everyone around you. By you being a disciplined and respectful person, then that's going to help elevate everyone around you. They're going to be like, wow, this guy's doing really good. I want to be around him. I want to understand what he's doing or how he's building himself up. So that's the big thing. And the third, and this is the most important rule, and the hardest rule, even my kids, even myself today, I struggle with this rule. It is patience. You have to understand it takes a while for the ship to turn. It takes a while for you to build your pyramid. You're gonna put your seeds in the ground today, and in 20 years you're gonna have a sequoias in a giant mighty forest. But it takes a while for it to come together. You know, you got to plan now, and then have the discipline and the respect, and most importantly, the patience to keep it going. That's why I tell everybody, write your goals down, make notes, remind yourself. You know, even if you experience trauma, remind yourself of that trauma so you can make sure you don't make that decision again. I tell everyone I know, don't get married. There's no win in marriage for a man. No one's going to win getting married. Because at any point, your girl can be like, you know what, I don't like the way your beard is. I'm going to go fuck the pool boy, and now you owe me half of your stuff. So discipline, respect, and patience. Those are my things.
Very good. Thank you very much, Patriarch.
Absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you much.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
ENZO.com.
I guess we should start first with what we were talking about with our first caller. Now, the first caller mentioned Genesis 4:19. But I want to expand on that. Let's read that entire chapter, I guess. Is it a chapter? I don't know. Passage. It all happens with Cain and Abel, okay? Con?
Yep. Hold on.
You following along too, or what? Are you trying to?
Trying to find the extended one, but you know what? I'll listen to this one.
So Adam made love to his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, with the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man. Later, she gave birth to his brother, Abel. Now, Abel kept flocks and Cain worked the soil. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord. And Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" The Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord said to him, "Not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain, so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Cain made love to his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. Cain was then building a city, and he named it after his son Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad was the father of Mehujael, and Mehujael was the father of Methushael, and Methushael was the father of Lamech. Lamech married 2 women, one named Ada and the other Zillah. Ada gave birth to Jabal. He was the father of those who live in tents and raise livestock. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all who play stringed instruments and pipes. Zillah also had a son, Tubal-Cain, who forged all kinds of tools out of bronze and iron. Tubal-Cain's sister was Naamah. Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, "Listen to me, wives of Lamech, hear my words. I have killed a man for wounding me, a young man for injuring me. If Cain is avenged 7 times, then Lamech 77 times. Adam made love to his wife again, and she gave birth to a son and named him Seth, saying, God has granted me another child in place of Abel, since Cain killed him. Seth also had a son, and he named him Enosh. At that time, people began to call on the name of the Lord." Interesting. I mean, I don't really think that I think that this family is totally dysfunctional in many ways, but I have to read more about it. But that puts it more in perspective. Not sure exactly if this passage backs everything up.
Yeah,
Our first caller claims.
I'd
have to read. I'd have to read more. I'd have to read a little bit more.
Yeah, I have to get into the family more, like knowing.
Because it is very dysfunctional that somebody killed their brother there.
Yeah.
In that family. It cursed the family.
Like something kind of, a part
He cursed
of me,
the family, and then he married 2 women down the line.
but a part of me also feels like
maybe God gave him that, though. God gave him that in order to bring Abel back, kind of, to give, I don't know.
See, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think we got to do a little more digging into that if we.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something there there's something there, like
Well,
it's like hidden in there more, though.
maybe we'll read it. Maybe read it another time, or I don't know.
Outstanding.
Vaya con Dios.
At ENZO.com.
Go with God.